outside to come out here and come to this event and check out what we're doing and hear my story and get trained up afterwards so you guys can see success like I've seen. And really quick, for those of you who don't know me, I want to kind of go into my story so you guys know why I'm up here, why this whole event's happening. I mean, honestly, it's just crazy to look back because me and my teammate Dean Christner back there, we joined this company a little less than a year ago, and last event out here in Oahu, I wasn't even able to make it out. I was busy on Maui, and he flew out here, and there were 15 people, and it was just crazy to be able to look back at where we've come in just the past 6 months, and now there's probably 200 people in here, more than 100, so it's pretty crazy to be able to see what's happened. And I want to just kind of tell you guys about why I'm in the company, why I'm building this thing, and how I was able to get to where I am, because I'm honestly no one special. And the moral of my story that I want you guys to take from what I'm telling you is that if I can do this, you guys can do this. Because I'm honestly born and raised on a rock like a lot of you guys are probably. And it's just crazy because I'm just a normal person. And I have above average goals and dreams. And that's why I'm out here. And that's why I'm traveling. That's why I'm doing above average things. Because I set high expectations. So real quick, guys, so I'm not a perfect stranger with anyone in the room. I'll go into my story. Like Marlon said, my name is Darren Fryer. I'm 22 years old. I actually just turned 22 on April 16th. So I was a couple weeks ago. I was out in Las Vegas, and we just came back to Maui. I'm born and raised on Maui, Hawaii, in Kailui. I went to Seabury Hall High School, up country, tiny high school with about 70 kids in my graduating class. I went to school with my teammate out there, Dean, my boy Logan right here. We were all high school classmates, and it was crazy because it was a college prep school. And, I was raised just going to school, playing sports. I came to Oahu a lot for soccer tournaments, golf tournaments, and I was just basically sold on that dream that school was my only option. And I want you guys to know that I don't bash school. I love school, I love education, I love growing as a person, but there's other ways that you can make money. There's other ways that you can retire. Retirement isn't an age, it's an income. And people can build multiple sources of income, and they can retire at any age they want if they decide to. And that's what I learned. So right after high school, I actually went to college in California. I graduated in 2010, and I was always a A- student, so I applied myself. I treated school pretty seriously because I knew I had to succeed. I watched my mom and my dad struggle my entire life financially. My mom owns a tiny tourist business, and my dad's been working at a hotel, just basically working 5-6 days a week my entire life. And we weren't financially free. We weren't living above our means, and it was just crazy because I wanted to be able to be successful, to retire my family, to retire my grandparents, to be able to help my friends do the same thing. And I went to school in California at Humboldt State University up in the Emerald Triangle, about 7 hours north of San Francisco. And I was studying business, I was studying marketing. I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I felt like I just got thrown into school because that's what everyone else was doing. I followed the crowd. And I was in school for 3 years. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. All I had was a skateboard and, my backpack, my books, and a dorm room. And I was in school miserable for 3 years. I didn't know what I was studying for. I didn't even feel like I was moving forward. I hate being stagnant. I saw a lot of my friends, they're more focused on partying and doing other things than even focusing on school, what they're paying for, what their parents are paying for. And I just didn't see it getting me to where I wanted to be. I looked at my end result of what everyone else who was going to school, getting degrees, was doing. They were graduating, getting their degrees, moving back home with their parents, getting 9-to-5 jobs that their degree didn't even apply to. And, I look at that, and it's like if you do what people do, if you say what they say, you'll get what they get 150% of the time. And I didn't want to just be one of those people who followed the crowd. I wanted to take the road less traveled. And what happened was my third year in college, I got introduced to network marketing. This is an incredible industry, guys. I'm sure a lot of you have seen a lot of other companies out there. There's Amway, there's Vima, there's Herbalife, there's Mary Kay, there's Avon, there's Visalis, Organo Gold. There's so many companies that I've been exposed to. And most of these companies, only 1 out of 800 people actually make $1,000. Not many people actually succeed and make anything. They get overpromised and under-delivered. And it's just crazy because when I got introduced to the industry, it was a health and wellness company called Vima. They had a healthy energy drink. They had free BMWs. I got sold on the hype that, basically I got overpromised. I met some young people who were around my age who were, giving nice things to their parents, retiring them, traveling. They had the results that I wanted. And that's why I started to look at what they were doing, because I wanted to look at people who were retiring their parents early, who were traveling, who had financial freedom, who had time freedom. And I wanted to look at those people, and I wanted to look at what they did to get that result. And I wanted to do what they did. And that's all that I needed to know. And I saw like going to school and getting that 9-to-5 job wasn't going to get me that result. I wanted to do something different. And bottom line, what happened was I joined that business. I joined Vima, and I started doing it on the side of school just part-time to maybe make an extra couple hundred a month. That's how it started. I was like, maybe I can make a couple hundred a month on my computer, on my iPhone, from my dorm room, because it rains all the time, and I'm not going to skate in the rain to like a 9-to-5 job and make $5 an hour. And it was just crazy that I started doing it online from my home, and I was like, dude, if I can get a single paycheck, that would just be incredible. And in that company, basically, what opened my mind was the concept that network marketing is basically personal development, self-growth with a compensation plan behind it. And I love that. I love self-growth. I'm addicted to that stuff. I love that more than school. I started doing more personal development online than focusing on my studies. I stopped going to my classes because I was staying home watching YouTube videos of Robert Kiyosaki, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Eric Thomas, Les Brown. I started listening to all these successful multimillionaires who were teaching other people how to do the same thing. And it just made so much sense to me. I didn't make any money for my first couple months, but I didn't care. I was growing a lot as a person. I realized that income seldom exceeds personal development, and I just started getting all my personal development grind, knowing that it would come back to me in the long run. And what happened was 6 or 7 months into the company, I was making around $1,000 a month. I got really close to my car bonus. I was doing this all on the side of school. I gave up partying. I had to sell my Xbox 360, even buy my first case of products to get into the business. I had no money, guys. I gave up to go up. And in that business, a year into it, I was qualified for a BMW. I was making over $1,000 a month on the side of school. I felt like I was doing really well, and I wanted to go full-time in the industry. I didn't want to get stuck somewhere that I wasn't happy. I wanted to be able to go full force. And what ended up happening was, I moved back to Maui. I dropped out of college last year, January. I got a one-way ticket back to Maui. It was the best feeling in the world. I felt so homesick out there because, obviously Hawaii is the best place to live, straight up. I've been traveling all over the place. Don't ever leave this place. You can travel, but don't move somewhere else. Don't move somewhere else, dude. I know you're traveling to Cali. It's not all it's cut out to be. But basically, I came home. I picked up a 2013 328i from the company. They were making my monthly payments. And, I built that business for a solid 15 months straight. I got to over $2,000 a month. I had 400 plus people on my team around the U.S. because I was building it over Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, and Skype calls. Using tools of the 21st century to build a business of the 21st century. And it was wild because I realized one day that my team wasn't winning. Like I said, most companies, 1 out of 800 people make $1,000. Well, I felt that in my team. I felt that not enough people were getting paychecks when they deserved it. Guys who were working really hard, guys who quit their jobs, they weren't getting the results they deserved. And I'm not loyal to a company. Guys, even Wake Up Now, I'm loyal to my team. And I'll go wherever I'll see success for my team overall. And in that business, I had a few dozen actually making money out of hundreds of people. I started looking at something different. And that's actually one of my teammates who started wanting to do something different. He came to me one day about 11 months ago, and he was like, hey, I'm working on this new project, and I want you guys to check it out. I want your opinion on it, Darren. I want to see what you think, because I'm going to do this, because this other company isn't paying my bills. And that's kind of what happened. I got on a phone call with the next Super Bowl player. His name is Gerald Wilhite. He was in a travel company called World Ventures. He had thousands of people on his team. He was making 6 figures. But he had like 20, 30 people actually making money on his team. And I'm not the type of person, and neither is he, to want to make money off of people. The whole thing that got me into network marketing was I wanted to make money with people. I didn't join the industry just to get a BMW. I wanted to join the industry because they said that I'd be able to change people's lives. I'd be able to help other people get what they want. And if you guys help other people get what they want, everything you want will come to you by default. That's why I knew if I'm not helping other people get what they want in this Vima company, what I truly want will never come to me. So we're all wasting our time here. So I did my research after talking to Gerald Wilhite. He told me how he left because that company was not paying his team at all. And Wake Up Now is about helping the masses succeed. It's about flipping the pyramid upside down, paying out a majority of the money to the brand new people, and redistributing wealth fairly throughout the business, throughout the company. And that's going to change the industry, guys. And I wanted to be a part of that. I saw the vision. I saw the vision of where this company was about to go. And I joined. Wake Up Now, July 2013. back there with my teammate Dean, me and him were just on Maui. I was living at my parents' house, had like a $500 a month car payment. I was making like no money from my other company, and I had to make something happen. Success was literally my only option, guys. You don't know how strong you are until being strong is the only option you guys have. And that's what happened. I joined Wake Up Now. I started to talk to my other teammates how this is going to help more people win. We broke down the numbers. Numbers don't lie. People always lie. Numbers never lie. And that's why when I did my research, I saw the compensation plan. I saw value in the services. I saw credibility in the corporate side. I saw just everything in this company made so much sense. I knew it would just feel right to be a part of Wake Up Now. And my first month in the business, I was able to grow my team to about 100 people. And let me tell you guys, that wasn't easy. That didn't just happen on its own. That didn't just happen by itself. I had to sit at home all day long for 30 days straight, calling people up, Skyping people, messaging people on Facebook, messaging people on Instagram. I was talking to literally 20 to 50 people a day, getting them on three-way phone calls with my upline because I had no idea really how to explain Wake Up Now at the time. I followed a simple system that successful people set out, and I was able to run through the ranks. My first month I hit Founder 4. In my first 2 or 3 days I hit Founder 3, which is $600 a month. After 30 days I hit Founder 4, $2,500 a month. My second month in the business, just stayed at home. I was literally just at my parents' house the entire time, just on my laptop and on my iPhone. Built a multi-million-dollar global business. And my second month I got 6 figures in Wake Up Now. I hit Founder 6 and I skipped Founder 5. And I started to get a lot of credibility. So I spent a lot of my time leveraging my credibility to help my teammates get credibility. Traveled to Big Island, traveled to Oahu, and by the end of my third month in Wake Up Now, maybe some of you guys saw my Wake Up Now, Founder 7 in 90 days video. Have you guys seen that video?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad you guys seen it. That video honestly changed my life, and I know it's changed other people's lives, and it's a blessing. Founder 7 in 90 days, making $14,000 residually, and I'm 21 years old at the time. And what happened from there has literally been a blur. Time has just flown by, but I've been traveling the past 6 months nonstop. I've been to Cancun, Utah, Colorado, Arizona, California, Lake Tahoe, Minnesota, Chicago, Boston, New York, Florida. I've literally been everywhere the past 6 months, investing almost all of that money back into my team to travel, to show people credibility that the company is actually paying out. It's actually working. And that's literally quadrupled my business. Because, I'm sure Marlon already said, yesterday morning I woke up a Ruby executive and Wake Up Now. It's crazy. I hit executive in January, I hit Pearl in February, I was a Pearl again in March, and I hit Ruby last month. And it's just crazy because Ruby is almost $1,000 a day residually. And remember, I'm no one special, I'm a normal kid, and the whole reason I'm seeing success is because I've been able to help other people see success. When you're focusing on your goals, I don't think about Ruby every day. I think about who I can help hit Founder 3. I think about who I can help hit Founder 4 in my business. And if you can help your team get to the rank they want to be, you'll automatically get to the rank you want to be. And that's kind of what happened. I just focused all my attention on helping my team win because that's what I wanted to see. I don't want to travel by myself. I don't want to have to be doing the phone calls for everyone because I'm the only one making money. I want a team of leaders who are credible, who are making money, who are traveling, who are retired young, or old, or just retired, period. And, we're able to have a lot of fun together and show people that people join these companies for lifestyle. Bottom line, they want the lifestyle. They want to be able to buy the things they want. They want to be able to go the places they want, live where they want. They want time freedom and financial freedom. And, that's the whole reason I am where I am today. It's yesterday I was more excited about the rank ups of my team, the people on my team making money, than even just me hitting Ruby. That wasn't even a big deal to me. I felt so much happier to see my boy Elo out there. He hit Founder 5. Where you at? Yeah, there he is. Yeah. I love seeing my friends making money with me. I love seeing my team succeeding. And that's really where we are today. I built this entire business on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, just marketing it and sharing it. We don't sell anything to anyone. That's what I want to show people. It's all about being genuine, sharing it, and attracting people to want to do this kind of stuff. I realized watching my business grow from 0 to 4,000 people in 10 months that people don't only want to join this company, people need to join this company. And it's our duty to be a servant leader to help other people get to where they want to be. Because, watching my parents struggle my entire life, I realized that a lot of people aren't free in this economy. We aren't born with freedom. We're born with, the pursuit to freedom. And that means you have to work for it. That means you have to earn it. And, a 9-to-5 job, honestly, doesn't allow you to support a family anymore. And Obama said the average age of retirement is 73 years old. Average age of death in America is 75 years old. And everyone else is doing the 40-40-40 plan. They're working for 40 hours a week for 40 years of their life to retire off of 40% of their income. Well, nowadays, I don't even think you retire off of anything, You don't get Social Security nowadays. Even by the time I'm that age, I don't even think that's around. So, I saw that residual income would free people from their residual bills. A lot of us have bills that come in every month, such as our rent, our car payments, our insurance, our phone bills, groceries, stuff like that. And our income, 90% of Americans in the United States don't even make a single dollar residually. It's just crazy. That blew my mind. When I heard that from the executive staff, I realized that this company is on a mission to help so many people win, to help so many people see success that they deserve, that they aren't seeing right now. And we won't tell anyone, I want you guys to know, we don't tell anyone to quit what they're doing. Don't quit your job. Don't quit school. But work full-time at your job, but part-time on your fortune. Most people don't ever work on a fortune. And it's just like in Wake Up Now, you're able to make $600 a month residually with only 12 people on your team. 12 people that you've helped save and manage money. You're making an extra $600 residually. Well, our CEO said that an extra $600 a month could have canceled 93% of bankruptcies that got filed last year in the United States. So that tiny amount of income is designed to redistribute wealth to a lot of people, to help a lot of people make residual income in this country, even around the world. We're open in all other countries too, 12 other countries. Our president's in Singapore and Thailand right now, starting an Asian market. There's some crazy things happening. The company's so young. I've watched it go from $500,000 a month to $6 million a month. And they said in Park City that company could be doing $100 million a month by December. We can either watch it happen or make it happen. And I wanted to make it happen for my friends and my family and myself. And last month I probably had 200-300 plus people on my team at the Founder 3 level making $600 a month, and that is the only reason I'm where I am today. And guys, that's my story. I'm a normal kid. I love to travel. I love to surf and snowboard, and I'm crossing a huge thing off my bucket list this winter. I'm gonna travel all over the world, snowboard all the Vail resorts, and get a season pass for the rest of my life at 22 years old. And it's these little things, and to be able to travel with my friends. I don't want to leave them at home when they're stuck at their jobs and they're miserable, wishing they were with me. I want them to be there with me. And, that's why I'm so motivated every day to grind this business. I take full responsibility over the people on my team to be able to help them see a very, very similar result that I've seen. Because, like I said, if I can do this, you guys can do this. The only variable in Wake Up Now is you guys and your belief that you can do this. The comp plan is the same. The services are the same. The services are actually getting better. When I first joined, there were barely any services compared to what there is now. The hub was way different. The credibility was way different. And it's literally easier for people to come into this business. I had a person join my team last month. He had Founder 5 in less than 30 days. That is incredible. To be able to see someone on my team who's in his early 20s be able to do that, his life has changed forever. This is residual income. It's not a one-time bonus like all these other businesses. And that's really the coolest thing, guys. So I want to bring Marlon back up. Really shout out to Marlon. Even though I threw down the money for this thing, he set it all up. He set up this whole event. He invited all you guys. He got all the volunteers. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much because, he was hitting me up last month. He was hitting me up last month to try to get the money so we can do this thing. And at the time, it was the end of the month, everyone was grinding. I was getting probably 50 to 200 phone calls a day. So it was really hard to get this going, and he really pushed through and made this happen. So he's the main reason why you guys are all here. It's honestly teamwork makes the dream work, and that's why we're all here together. But, I'll let Marlon come up. We'll continue to move on and, actually teach you guys about the company. I know I went on a lot just about my story, but I want you guys to know the details on Wake Up Now because, this thing can change your life, and I truly believe that. So thank you for listening.
Darren made this happened, I want to shoot it back to some of the incredible people that people are recording. This is like the GoPro convention right now. And, I don't know how many cameras, like, it's going to be going schizophrenic with the cameras. But we got Charlotte Boy, I got to give it up. She has got to be the structure coordinator. She's good. We have Officer Barnes, we've got Frank Barrow, Francisco, where are you? Here. Okay, there he is. Just look for the gleam from the head that's shining, and then you'll be able to find out where he could get lost in the light. Just like that. Okay.
If the light goes out, I still have light, brother.
Okay, you guys are in for a treat. I mean, what you guys are going to witness is you guys just saw a 22-year-old phenom, but he's not. Like, what showed me about Darren is he's so humble, he's so down to earth, he's a regular kid, he's a surfer boy, yet through sheer will, he's created what he's created, you guys. And there's going to be people in your life that are going to look for all the reasons why things can't work, but I look for the people that will find the one reason why it has to work. You can always find the reasons why you're too old, you're too young, too this, you're too whatever, but I'm sure Darren had his reasons for why it had to work. You can have a million really legit, justified reasons why things can't work, or this is not whatever, for sure. I'm sure it would be great. Find one reason why it has to work, and then watch what happens. And by the way, somebody asked me, do you really know the story about black people and pineapples? I said, stick around for later on and hear it. But we are going to have the guy who flew in from Seattle. Man, I don't even know where to begin. Robert McFadden is, mind if I go into a little bit of the background? Okay, all right. You guys remember, who here has a cell phone? No, okay. I don't know if I said it. Okay, who here ever heard of a company called Sullivan? Okay, you're about to meet the guy who created it. Who here is going to school for business? Or wants to learn about business marketing, okay? You're about to meet a guy who has an MBA from Johns Hopkins University. You're about to meet a guy who has been the corporate president of companies that have done hundreds of millions of dollars from scratch. He took it to it, okay? Everybody here is on a career path, trying to get knowledge. I want you to know that this guy is an incredible motivating beacon because he wants to build Wake Up Now, was offered a job of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and said, no thank you, I see better benefit for my family in the future here, right? So while you have an amazing young phenom to look at, understand you're gonna see wisdom and knowledge and maturity and insight and business acumen right now. I mean, Robert, he's the reason why I'm involved. At the beginning of the year, when things were in turmoil, it took nine phone conversations with you before I said, okay, I think I'll take a look at this Wake Up Now thing, you know. And I'm glad I did, and it's going to be incredible. And you guys are here. This is his first Wake Up Now presentation, Robert McFadden. So without further ado, you guys, please help me welcome all the way from Seattle, Robert.
Okay, now everybody, I need a big aloha welcome to my family in Seattle. Aloha! Woo! Woohoo! That's awesome. Now, just so you know, I actually lived in Maui for 2 years, so I got a little bit of island blood in me. If I slip into pidgin, you know. I actually lived in Napili. I love Maui. I actually love the islands. I'm not very familiar with Oahu, but according to Marlon, I'm going to be back here once a month, so we're going to get to be family. You're going to be my ohana, right?
All right.
Yeah! So, how many of you have a fear of heights? Anyone? No? Put your hand up nice and high. I want to see. Who's got a fear of heights? At age 19, I was petrified of heights. And to overcome that, I went skydiving. 10,000 feet above Hemet, California. I stood on a little 8x8 square. I guess it would help if I turned my mic on, huh? I stood on a little 8x8 steel platform that was welded to the top of a wheel. And I put my feet out there, and the wind was whipping, and my heart was starting to pound, my hands were starting to sweat, because I'm shaking now to even think about it. I literally was about to throw my body out of a perfectly good airplane. For what purpose? To overcome a fear. And all of a sudden, I reached onto that handle on this side of the door and this handle on this side of the door. And my heart started to race. I started looking. My heart started to beat right now, just thinking about it. And all of a sudden, I went, 3, 2, 1! Ah! And I dropped. And all I saw was plain ground, plain ground, plain ground, plain ground, plain ground, plain ground. And all of a sudden, I remembered my instruction, and I went, flying squirrel! And all of a sudden, I laid flat. And all I could hear was, couldn't even hear myself scream as the wind was whipping by my ear. But when I got to the point where I pulled the chute, and all of a sudden I was upright, and this amazing peace and an amazing calm as I sat there and looked at the curvature of the earth, and I listened to the silence. And then I looked down at my feet and I went like this. It was a really cool feeling, knowing that there was literally nothing between me and 8,000 feet of air. So I share that story for one reason. Because overcoming fears is something that you have to take that responsibility on yourself. Nobody can overcome your fear. You might be sitting here thinking, you know what? I want to start a business. I want to launch a business. I want to be in business for myself. I am sick and tired of trading time for money. I am sick and tired of that pellet feeder mentality where I show up, I give time, they give me money. If I stop giving them time, what do they stop giving me? Money. So when Darren talks about, he saw this light about this residual income, and that was a draw for him, that was a draw for me. Some of my family members were involved in starting companies like USANA, Monavie. In fact, my father-in-law was the first CEO of Monavie, and the founder, Dallin Larson, is my ex-brother-in-law. So his kids are my nieces and nephew. So I grew up in this industry. I wasn't like a lot of these guys that was introduced to it by somebody. I mean, the very first USANA meeting was in my front room. There was 9 of us there. And I watched circles being drawn, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I mean, I can leverage my time, my energy, and my effort and parlay that into money that gets paid to me over and over and over for effort I did back then. I'm sold out. I'm in. I was 23. We didn't have tools like we have today. There was no such thing as a GoPro camera or a cell phone back in the day when I started. So it was old school. It was the grind. It was meeting to meeting, face to face, knee to knee, elbow to elbow. Tabletop discussions, one-to-one, one-to-many. That's how I built it. But in 11 years, I never made more than about $1,000 a week. That was the most I was ever able to churn out doing it old school style. But I'll tell you, I never lost a passion for the industry. And I never lost a passion for what this can do for someone. So let me get into a little bit of a presentation about myself. First and foremost, before I am anything, I'm a dad and I'm a husband. That is the world's best wife and some pretty awesome 6 kids. I can replace the kids, I could never replace the wife. But this is what drives me at my core. I've been in the industry for 21 years. I struggled for 11 years trying to learn how to do it. Then I left to raise my family, start a career, kind of do some other stuff. And I built a very large real estate portfolio. In 2008, what happened to the real estate market? It hit like my parachute had never opened, right? That's how bad the real estate market hit. So I lost everything. My wife and I filed bankruptcy. We were evicted from our house. I mean, it was terrible. But it forced me to go back into the job market. And I went and I got a job as VP of a company, a brand new startup, of a company called Viridian. It was based in New York. They sold green energy at a discount. And it was a direct sales company. The model was a direct sales model. My job was to grow and develop and create the field. You became my job, right? I had to find you, teach you, educate you, and then grow you exponentially into lots of numbers. That was my position. And over the next 2 years, from scratch, from a Craigslist ad, we grew that company to $205 million in revenue, 22,000 independent reps, 175,000 independent customers. So when I say I've seen where you are versus where you can go, I've watched that in thousands of people's lives. So not only do I know it can happen, I believe in you. I know if you're sitting there making $8 an hour, there is a $50,000 a month check waiting for you in the future. Because nothing's stopping you. I've seen it so many times, you can do it. So that's the first thing I want you to understand. Overcome your fear, and there is a big payday in your future if that's what you desire. Because not all of you do, right? Not all of you are willing or have the desire to go out and create a business that pays you a residual income stream of X, Y, Z with X number of zeros after the number. But for those of you that want it, this is a good vehicle. So I'm going to introduce you, like Darren had mentioned, to a company called Wake Up Now. Now what brought me here was the vision and the leadership. Because I had been president of a company that we started from scratch, and we grew to $200 million. And I was making $600,000 or $700,000 a year as president of that company. I left that company to start Solivay. And I went out and pitched Solivay. I pitched a bunch of money guys, and I ended up finding a money guy who lived in Seattle, Washington, who moved my family to Seattle, and we started Solivay. But what I learned is that at this stage in my life, I want to pick who I work with. I want to pick who I spend my time with. Because I love to experience the world. And what I learned is I didn't want to experience the world with those people. This is the group I want to experience the world with. So when I started hunting for a company that I was going to land on, here's the vision of Wake Up Now. It's simple. We want to help people save money on things they already buy, manage the money they already have, and make more money. Very simple, but that's the message. There is not one of you in this room that doesn't know a dozen people who want to save money on what they're already spending, manage the money they already have, and make more money. Do you know people who are just content with the money they have and they just don't want any more? It just doesn't compute, right? People want what we have. We are offering a necessity, not a luxury. We have a mindset in this company that is unmatched. You are about to embark on starting a business. You're not joining Wake Up Now. You don't join a business. You start a business. You launch a business. You own a business. And it's yours. Anybody have a traditional business, brick and mortar? Anybody? So do you have a marketing budget when you have a normal traditional business? Right? Because you got to drive traffic through your doors, right? You got to figure out a way. Do you invest time and energy in building that business to grow that clientele, to establish a brand, to create great value to give to your customers? Is that not just isn't that a part of normal, traditional, everyday business? You need to approach your business using Wake Up Now as a vehicle to your time and financial freedom. That anybody who starts a traditional business that leverages tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars to start with the same intensity and the same passion and the same conviction to grow your business. Because it's a business. Mindset. Now, I'm going to just teach you a simple principle. Does anybody have a $5 bill? I need a volunteer who has a $5 bill in their hand or in their pocket that they are willing to step up here and stand in front of me. You got a $5 bill?
Yeah.
Okay, now, what I'm going to do, turn around and face everybody, if you would. This is Cecilia. Give her a round of applause. So I'm about to teach you a principle of Wake Up Now. Our goal and objective is to help people save money on what they already buy, manage the money they already have, and then help them make more money. Now, we do that by people investing $100 to buy a series of products and services that we call our Platinum Package. Is that correct? So, you invest that $100 once a month to buy those services and those products, and you consume those products and services. So, you have how much?
$5.
How much am I holding?
$10.
Okay, I'm going to trade you. This is her investment in herself to run her Wake Up Now business. And this is the value that she gets back for that investment. Understand the math? Give her a round of applause. She just doubled the money.
Yeah. Right on.
It is no more difficult than that. You are providing people with value. They get more value than they invest in their business. And what do they have to do? Use the products. If you're not using the products, there's nothing to quit. I had a guy call me the other day, Rob, I'm quitting. I'm like, what are you quitting? So I'm quitting Wake Up Now. I'm like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't even compute. You don't quit Wake Up Now. I said, are you invested in the products and services? I mean, are you using them? Have you invested the 8 hours to set up your finance program? Have you invested the time? Have you called in to set up your One Protect? No, I haven't done that. What are you quitting? You're just walking away from your own business that you were supposedly willing to start 30 days ago. People, you are the only one that stands to gain by starting your business. Now, granted, the ripple effect is other people that you introduce, they have that ability to gain themselves. And just like Cecilia learned, it's an exchange of value. That's all it is. Now, this is the reason I'm here. We follow people. We do not follow companies. I don't follow Wake Up Now. I follow Kirby Cochran. Kirby is the CEO, has a track record of business acumen that is off the charts. He took over 200 companies and funded them as a venture capitalist. That's his background. So those 200 companies that he helped fund, one of those was in the red. And he funded it, and then he ran it, and he grew it to $1 billion, and he kept it at $1 billion or more for 10 years, making $100 million profit every year. So not just some, hey, peak and crash, but $1 billion in revenue, $100 million in profit, and kept it there for a decade. So he understands business. His partner, Phil Pollich, the chief operating officer, has built $2 billion companies in 2 different markets, 2 different genres of business. These are the guys that own and run this company. They're not in it for a fly-by-night. In fact, here's the quote that Kirby said, "Wake Up Now will dwarf anything that I have done in the past and has the potential to be the largest network marketing company in the world." I love that kind of vision. I love people that aren't scared of big numbers. I love people that have a passion for what they're doing and they're not in it for the short term. This guy's a long hauler. And I've been in the industry a long time. I'm a long hauler. That's why when I got offered a job for $400,000 a year, I said, it took me 2 days, by the way. I didn't just throw it out the window. I thought about it for 2 days. And in the end, I thought, you know what? All I'm going to do is I'm going to get paid to go build your dream. I'm not doing it. And my wife goes, I'll support you. That's why I said she's your replacement. We are building this together as a family. Because I'm here, she's at home raising our kids. She is every bit as a part of this meeting as I am because she supports me. Kirby is a phenomenal head to this ship. Now I'm going to introduce you. There's 3 buckets of products that we offer. So you have to understand what it is that you are in business with, right? Well, keep in mind, you're launching a business, right? Step 1, you're launching a
business.
You're starting a
business.
You're impassioned to drive and build and grow a
business.
For who?
Me.
For you. You're not joining me. You're not joining Marlon. You're in business for yourself. Own it. You grow this like a business, this thing is going to pay you like a business. My disclaimer on anything relating to money, and I'll just put it out there now, go to www.wakeupnow.com/IDS for income disclosure statement. That's where you will learn about the revenue as it's generated by ranks. First program, 3 buckets. First bucket of products are what we call our digital solutions. These are the digital products that you have access to that you consume as a business owner using Wake Up Now as the vehicle. Number 1, our language program. You can learn up to 80 languages. Who in here is multilingual? Anybody in here speak Portuguese? Anyone? Dang. So I am fluent in Portuguese, and I'm conversational, with an asterisk, sometimes barely conversational, in Spanish. As a good business owner, it makes good business sense to be multilingual. So you can learn up to 80 languages. So you want to pick one. But it's included in our process that we have. In our packages of goods and services that we consume every month, you have the ability to learn basically an innumerable number of languages. The next is we call One Protect. Anybody ever been a victim of identity theft? How long did it take you to clear it up? Years. 8 years ago, my wife and our identity was stolen. They cleaned our accounts. They filled up like 12 cars overnight with our gas cards. They went to different gas stations and started filling up car after car after car, drained our accounts, and for 8 years, we had an identity theft protection notice on our credit because we were paranoid that somebody would open an account in our name. One Protect protects your social security number. It also has a computer component where they'll go in and clean off your computer. You can call them periodically and they'll take over your computer and they'll wipe it, make sure your speed's up. They're the nicest people. But this particular product is just smart business. I need a volunteer to read that quote. Cecilia, you mind reading that?
The IRS wants you to be rich.
What? Does that compute to anyone? The IRS wants you to be rich. Have you ever heard that?
No.
How many of you think I'm a lion? How many think I'm just lying out of my teeth? The IRS wants you to be rich. Let me tell you why. If you're a W-2 employee, odds are you're paying approximately 38% in taxes. Well, if you're a business owner, did you hear that Warren Buffett pays less on taxes on percentage-wise than his secretary pays? Have you heard that? Remember the whole Mitt Romney deal when he was running for the presidency? Everybody was on him about how little he paid in taxes, but legally. Because the IRS provides you, as a business owner, which all of you will be, 450 tax deductions for you to write stuff off so that you don't have to pay taxes against that income. If you're a W-2 employee, guess how many you get? 12. Smart business. Stop paying money to the government that you are not legally or ethically required to pay. 450 tax deductions? In fact, the gentleman who wrote this program, his name is Sandy Bodkins. He's a former IRS attorney. He wrote this program so that we can have access to a program called TaxBot, which allows us to track our expenses in real time. If I were to show you, I've had 11 expenses today that I've tracked because this is a business trip. Even though I'm going to a luau, I'm going to I'm skydiving tomorrow morning. If anybody wants to come, I need 3 more to get a group discount. You're welcome. We can come. You're welcome to come. I'm not kidding. That's right. Talk about kickstarting your business right. So even though I'm skydiving tomorrow, I'm going to go snorkeling. Even though I wanted to hike the Stairway to Heaven. Don't know if that's going to happen because if you notice, I'm not pregnant. This is not a 4-month bump. Right? This is a 43-year bump. There was one other thing we were going to do. Oh, and Frank's taking us golfing. Guess what? This is still a business trip, which means every dime I spend on this trip is going in my tax pot, and I am not paying taxes on a single cent that I spend in Hawaii because of this presentation I am giving to you tonight. I didn't know that was clap-worthy, but I'll let you clap. I love it. So just case in point, anytime you drive your car on a business outing, the government says you can write off 56.5 cents per mile. If you do not have a program like TaxPod, and you're not in business, and you're not legally writing off those miles, that is literally like driving down the road and every 2 miles you roll down your window and you just chuck $1 out the window. How many of you drove more than 10 miles to get to this presentation? This is a business presentation, which meant that trip is a legal and ethical write-off, which means You driving here and driving home, might as well just roll down your window, get a stack of dollar bills, and just start chucking them out the window every time your odometer clicks on an even number. Smart business. Wake Up Finance. Now, I wish Brian Cadiz were here. He called me like 4 hours ago. He's in Vegas doing a presentation or participating in his normal job. He works for Solar City. Anybody looking for solar panels, please contact Brian Cadiz. He's awesome. He couldn't be here, but he'll be back tomorrow. So we're going to luau it up together on Saturday. But he spent $3,500 on a program that he said was less robust and less impressive than Wake Up Now Finance, which is included in your business investment of $100 a month. $3,500 he bought, and a $90 a month maintenance fee. This is included in your platinum package of business tools for you to build your business using Wake Up Now as a vehicle to get you to your time and financial freedom. One of the things that I love about this is it has an automatic debt elimination program, which means if I have an extra $100 that I want to pay toward my debt, this will tell you where's the best place to put that debt so it gets you out of debt faster. So you say, hey, do I put it to this credit card or do I put it to this car loan or where should I put this extra $100? It will actually show you the payoff schedule for your debt simply by putting that in a different spot. It'll shorten or lengthen your time to get out of debt. Is that smart business?
Oh, yeah.
I heard a hell yeah. We're going to just go with that one. The next is it aggregates all your accounts. So I have several different bank accounts and several different credit cards. You put in the information and it actually goes out and grabs it and pulls it back. You don't have to put in your interest rate or anything like that. It'll actually tell you, it knows more about my finances than I do now. And it has all my bank accounts in one spot. So I don't have to log into my different accounts. I just log into the Wake Up Now Finance and I can see all my bank accounts. And I know exactly how much I have in every account and where should I make a deposit and where should I put toward debt. This is the best business tool. This tool alone will save you thousands of dollars, has the potential to save you thousands of dollars. Now, I'm not a tax consultant or a professional finance, what's the word? Financial advisor. So please consult your own legal professionals. Oh, the last thing on this, it has predictive alerts. So if you set up your budget and you start to overspend in a particular category, it will send you a message saying, yo, dial it back, dude. I love it. So you go in, you set up your budgets, you link all your accounts, it tracks all your spending and gives you a report on where your money is going. So you become a wise, and you become smart at business. And that's what I love about Wake Up Now. This is a business. And the whole objective is to help you get out of debt in a third of the time. All right, the last bucket of products I want to talk to you about is what we call our discount solutions. How many of you like to save money on things you already have to buy? If every hand is not up, I either didn't speak the same language. Think about it. You have to go spend. How many of you bought something today? You went and you bought something. What did you buy? Yeah. Starbucks. Was it good? Was it worth it? How would you like to have spent less on that $8 coffee than you actually spent? It would be nice to save money on that you already spent. The Hub is a search engine not dissimilar to Amazon where you can go out and you search things that you need to buy and you get them for less than you can get them elsewhere. It's not rocket science. And you can buy things cheaper. In fact, there was a Best Buy one that is, I went on the Hub. First of all, I went to bestbuy.com and I wanted to see what I could find. And I went to the Hub. This was back in my early days where I was like trying to compare to see. I don't even worry about it anymore. I just go to the Hub and I buy it because I already know I've already got trust in the tool, right? But back in the day, I was searching. Well, I went to bestbuy.com. They had what I was looking for, but there wasn't any special deal. I went to the Hub, and it was as long as I spent $100, I got a $50 gift card mailed to me. through the hub. And I'm like, okay, has anybody ever walked into a Best Buy and not spent $100? So I'm going to spend $100 because I'm going to get 50 sent to me in a gift card back, and that deal was only through the hub. So it's things like that you just pick up. There's not always a deal at Best Buy, but if you've got to get something, go out and do a little bit of research and figure out where's the best deal you can get. Another discount program that we have. Now, you guys live in paradise, so I know this might be a little bit of an oxymoron for you guys, but how many of you like to travel to really gorgeous locations? I know you live in one, but the Vacation Club is a discount travel club where we literally have access to 2.5 million unused vacation rentals every single year. Where you can go and travel, like right now the company is offering a deal to Cancun for $189 for the week. Not per person, per room, which holds up to 4 people. That's less than $50 a person for your accommodations for an entire week at a 5-star resort. And you can choose any one of 4 different 5-star resorts for that same price, because they're all owned by the same people that put this deal together. So if you ever want to get off of your gorgeous island and go to another gorgeous beach, discounts are aplenty on the Vacation Club. Here's one of the deals I clicked on, Hot Weeks. You notice the one on the bottom left. It's Punta Pacifico at the Mazatlan. It's normally $2,520 for the week to stay at that place because it's a 5-star resort. And it was on our hub for $369. That's 85% off of retail. So if you got to travel, you might as well pay less for your travel. It's a no-brainer. This is where the key is. It's about investing in yourself as a business owner and providing value to people that are necessities, not luxuries. I'm not in the business of trying to convince people to buy my luxury goods, my luxury items. I learned really quickly that when the market started to go down and our economy started to turn, the first thing people got rid of were all their luxury items. But we don't have a choice but to buy our necessities. And we're still going to go out and we're going to buy the things that we need because they sustain life. So you might as well buy those things and pay less for them. So it's about value to the end consumer. Now, people always ask me, Rob, so how much does it cost to join? First of all, do you join Wake Up Now? No. This is not about joining anything. You can join a team, which, by the way, you guys have the best team in the entire company supporting you. If you're here in Darren's team, the guy is a champ. This wasn't even his group, and he still fronted the money for this event because he has that kind of heart. So you can't buy good leadership like that. And those of you that are here with Marlon and his team, and you're part of the Legendary Life, I love Aubrey. So keep in mind, there's no cost. You can become a part of our family and work with us for free. You can participate in some of the products and services and use them for free. How do you like free? Do you like free?
Oh, love it.
Now, if you want to do this as a business and you want to start a business, you have a whopping overhead of $100 to do it right. It's $100 a month to buy the products and services that I just mentioned. That we learned from Cecilia's example is literally that your investment in yourself is $100, but the value you get back is $200, $300, $400 or more. If you just use the products. In fact, we have a 92% retention rate for people who use 2 products or more a month for 90 days. What that means is there's value to the end consumer. And that's whether or not you bought in and run it as a business or you joined it for free and became a preferred customer. Here's the key point. We don't ever share to convince. Anybody here that's not a part of our family and a part of our team and working with us and growing a business and using Wake Up Now as a vehicle, and you don't want to join our family, guess what? It doesn't change our relationship. We still value you. We still think you're awesome. We'll still invite you over to barbecues. We'll still hang with you. because we never share to convince. We share to share. If you find value and you find you want something different and you want that residual income and you want something different for your life, and you see there's value here with us and working with a team of tightly banded brethren and sisters, shout out, then this is a good home for you. Where else can you take $100 and turn it into $600 outside of Wake Up Now? I don't know. When Darren mentioned the 600 Club, you get involved, you invest your $100, you go find 3 people who want to consume products and services, start a business, and you help them get their 3, you join our 600 Club. You're making $600 a month, less the cost of the products and services that you're going to invest in yourself every single month. That's a net $500 to you in residual income for a team as little as 12 people. So I'm going to share with you just how you can run the ranks, just so you understand what's really the potential. Founder 3 is that 600 Club. You can get there and make up to $600 a month for as little as 12 people consuming products and services at that platinum package. Founder 4, you can make up to $2,500 a month with a team as little as 111 people. Now, you do not have to introduce this to 111 people. You only have to introduce it to a few, who introduce it to a few, and then so on and so forth. All of you in this room, 158 strong, I think, at our last count, were not invited here by one person. Somebody invited you, who was invited by somebody, yet you're all participating. And that is the beauty. This literally is the growth of your organization over the next couple of months, potentially. Founder 5 is up to $5,000 a month in residual income with as little as 222 people consuming products and services who want to start a business and use Wake Up Now as a vehicle. Founder 6 is up to $8,000 with as little as 444 people. Founder 7 is up to $14,000 a month with as little as 888 people in your entire business. I love this. Now you get up into Darren's category. Doesn't matter that he just turned 22 a month ago. The cat's got good business savvy. And he is not interested in retiring at 75. I'm sure he's interested in retiring at 23. Because when you get up to the executive ranks and higher, sky's the limit. Don't get yourself drunk on a time frame. Every one of those is like a promotion at your job. How many of you have worked at the same job for at least 5 years? 5 years? And have you had 5 promotions in that 5 years?
No.
So if it took you a year of busting your tail to get 1 promotion, and it took you another year to get another promotion, and it took you 5 years and you only promoted 1 time every year, but at the end of that 5 years you were making 14 grand a month in residual, which means if you stop working, the money does not stop coming. Is it worth putting 5 hours of hard, work it like a business, build it like a business, launch a business, stay focused, don't get distracted by the stupid shiny penny in the room and the next great business opportunity? This is a team. We're not short-timers. We are in this for the long haul. We are building a business. Wake Up Now is our vehicle. And if I only promote 1 time a year, I'm okay for busting my tail for 5 years to make $14,000 in residual. Because if you're not, you don't understand the power of residual. If you work at a job for 5 years and you stop giving them time, guess what happens? They stop giving you money. Residual versus linear. What I love about Wake Up Now is when you hit a rank, you are guaranteed a minimum payout. Just for qualifying for that rank, you have a guaranteed minimum payout, which means you can then set up a budget just like a normal business. It's not this up and down, and I have a rank, but I'm only making this amount. It's you hold that rank, and you're guaranteed a payout. I love this because this is a business, and they operate on real business principles. I just want to share with you that I have my own personal testimonial. that I use these products and services. I have great value in them. Just in TaxBot alone, my own personal example is I have saved over $5,000 a month in business write-offs since I have joined. I joined December 17th of last year, so I'm only in 4 months. I'm relatively new as far as the culture, but I'll tell you, I've been around the industry long enough to know that I found a home. I want for your success. Marlon and I probably did 40 three-way calls to help get his business started. He is willing to do the same thing with his people, and his people are willing to do the same thing with their people. We are all linked together. I want for your success as bad as you do. We will all as a team build it with you, but we will never build it for you. Just like nobody is going to show up at your sandwich shop and decide to run your sandwich shop for you and drive customers for you because they like you. Real business principles require you to own your own fate. So if you want a good vehicle that you can achieve real success with real business acumen and real business principles, Wake Up Now is where I have landed. And I did it because I have a great testimony in the value that we give to people and the leadership that's driving this ship. With that, every single one of you here tonight, if you do not leave as a free preferred customer, you missed the boat. We've got computers set up for you. We're going to go ahead and get you in. There might be a line, I don't know, but you should leave tonight as a preferred customer, which means you just signed up for free and you're going to be able to participate in some of those goods and services. Many of you in your mind are going, I'm all in, I'm doing this. How many of you came here tonight wondering, but right now you're going, I get it, I see the value. Put your hand up nice and high if you see the value of what it is that we're doing. I love that, because I want you as a part of our family. So the final question is, what are you waiting for? And the quote that my team makes me put up is, you deserve everything you're willing to work for. We're going to lock arms and we're going to do it together. My name is Rob McFadden. I am a no-collar professional. Blue-collar workers have money or time but no money. White-collar workers have money but no time. No-collar professionals have both time and money at the same time. I am Rob McFadden, the no-collar professional. God bless you.
And you're out.